Blooming Sounds from Johannesburg, a music festival set to take place this month and will see 6 up-and-coming Gauteng-based artists who will be performing at the 4-hour live stream. The concert is free to the public who can enjoy the original talents of the hand-picked performing artists as well as exciting headliners from the comfort of their own homes. Taking place at the iconic Constitution Hill against the women's prison, Blooming Sounds from Joburg is not only about exposing new talent, it's also about creating long-term opportunities for a new generation of musicians. The chosen 6 will form the opening performances for the headline acts Zoe Madiga and Stogie T, who feature in their own shows. But to tell us more, we're joined via Skype by Celine Dever from the French Institute of South Africa, cultural attaché, and musician Whitney. A very good morning to you, ladies. Thank you so much for joining us, and a warm welcome.
Thank you. Good morning.
Good morning.
Now, Celine, I'm going to start with you. For those that do not know what Blooming Sounds of Joburg is, do take us through how it came about.
Okay, so I'm working for the French Institute, which is a cultural organization that's in South Africa for 25 years, and for many years we are having a music event that's called Fête de la Musique, usually in June in Johannesburg. And this year, because of lockdown, this event couldn't take place. And this is an event that we are working on for like about 10 years with Baseline and Total, and all partners just sat down and we wondered what we could do this year to help the music industry, to help emerging talent, also to showcase what they can do, because we knew it was a very hard time for artists, but also for production crews. So that's a bit how the event came up in our discussions, and it's actually happening today. So you were mentioning that the event is happening this month, but actually it's today from 4 to 8, okay. And it's going to be a live stream, and at the same time it's going to be recapped on Kaya FM in the scope of the Elite Night program, because we wanted to offer this concert both on internet and on radio for people who can't afford data. So for us, it was also about accessibility of culture in this time.
Yeah, and I see you've got quite a remarkable lineup, including Zoe Madiga, Stogie T. Take us through how you went about selecting the up-and-coming artists in the lineup.
So actually, I was one of the members of the jury, and we were a couple of members from both cultural organizations and music professionals. So we had somebody from Baseline, we had a representative from the Sakifo Festival from La Réunion, and a representative from Kaya FM, of course, and a representative from the Hugh Masekela Foundation. And we had over 50 applications to, listen to it. It took a while because the quality was really amazing, and we came up with those amazing 6 emerging acts. And Zoe Madiga and Sujiti actually had the chance also to listen and to help us in this choice.
Okay. Now, Whitney, let me also bring you into this conversation. Take us through why you deemed it fitting to be a part of this event.
Well, good morning, everybody. First of all, thank you for having me. This event, someone actually just sent me the link for this event, because they saw it was about upcoming artists. Yeah. And since we haven't had a lot of chances to perform this year at all, I mean, even live streams, it's difficult to get people's attention in that way as well. So when I saw this opportunity, I felt like I feel like I'm introducing myself to the world, and it's really cool that there's a whole panel of people who chose my sound. I just want to be able to share that. And Blooming Sounds, I've just never heard of something like this. It's crazy that I haven't heard of it, but I've only been doing music for 2 years. So to see that there are initiatives like this to help us, like, it's a big deal for me. Like, it's a really, really big deal for me. So, yeah.
And for those who might have missed your introduction to the world, and those who will definitely be logging in this afternoon from 4 p.m., to take us through who Whitney is and how you got into the music industry, and what is it that those who will be watching the live stream should expect from you?
Okay, well, my name, first of all, is Whitney with a full stop and no H. And I call myself a sonic shapeshifter because I have a soul-based voice, but I bring that soul into pretty much any sound. So it's just what I'm inspired by. That's why I'm a shapeshifter. So I can go genre to genre, and you'll always hear a soul element. That's what you can expect today. Like, my career started out of me not really feeling comfortable where I was. I was studying finance. I was really not enjoying it, and I didn't even know why. You know what I'm saying? And then I started writing music. After years of just like loving to sing, but not really being that good at it. And it's crazy. Once I felt like I could actually do it, that's when my voice started improving as well. So, yeah, and
it's safe to say that music chose you, isn't it?
Yes, honestly, it's even in my name. My mother was telling me the other day that like she doesn't know why she called me Whitney, but she was so drawn to Whitney Houston's voice and how it made her feel. And so that's what I try to do in my music. And it's not even conscious that I'm doing it. I'm just doing it. And I listen to it afterwards and I'm like, wow, I just gave my heart to that, you know, so I want to share that with people.
Right. Okay. Now, Celine, this event is also about revealing fresh talent. It's also about creating long-term opportunities for this new generation of musicians. So how does this event then ensure that this will be achieved?
So one of the ways that we would like to achieve that, as I mentioned, you know, we were talking about the jury earlier, and we made sure that we had really music professionals in the jury. And I was talking about the Sakifo Festival in La Réunion. So we had Jérôme Galabert, who is actually the director for this festival, in the jury. And we really think that actually, while picking an artist, it also creates a long-term connection, because then it's somebody or it's an act that you would want to see in your festival. So that's the first step. And then, well, of course, as the French Institute of South Africa, I was also involved in the jury, and we will follow the 6 chosen artists in the coming month and years, and see what we could do, even to have them in festivals in France or abroad, because it's also our mandate here to actually help those artists emerge and to ensure those opportunities. So that's how we're going to do it, and we'll be closely following that in the next month, as we've been doing with a lot of artists, because we do send artists in residencies, for instance, on a very regular basis. And that's also how we ensure that they're able to connect with new people, with new environment, and create those opportunities.
Okay, I see that only the Gauteng-based artists have been targeted. Would I be jumping the gun to expect you guys to incorporate other artists from other provinces as well? You
mean for coming years, or
yes, for the coming years? For the coming years.
So okay. So Blooming Sounds from Joburg was really an event that we conceived this year in the very specific context of the lockdown. But starting from next year, we're gonna hopefully come back to what we usually do, which is Fête de la Musique, the festival I was mentioning that takes place in June in Newtown, and we are welcoming bands from everywhere in South Africa and even from abroad. So we'll definitely do that in the coming years, because we'll be also hopefully in normal circumstances.
Okay. Now, Whitney, as I've asked you on, what would you like people to take away from your performance? What is it that you want people to think about after your performance? That is.
Well, for me, so I love singing. Singing for me is like, it's a release. But when I write my music, I take very long to talk in person, but somehow I can miraculously articulate myself perfectly in 3 minutes. So I always have a message that's very important for me in my music. So I would just ask people to be as present as they can and hear just as much as they can, just absorb as much as they can, because there's a lot of little life secrets that I've, developed in my years. I'm only 23, but I've been through a lot, man. And I feel like going through a lot of pain and trauma and happiness and really good moments in your life, it just being able to be present in those moments, you're able to take out what it means to you and like bring that forward into your life. And I want to share that with people so they can do that too.
Okay.
And, yeah.
And how can people catch the performances then? On which platforms would it be available?
Actually, on many platforms. You can connect today to skyroomlive.com, but you can also connect to Facebook, so either on the page of the French Institute of South Africa, or the page of Bestline, or the page of Sakifo. You have many choices, and it's a really unmissable concert, so we'll be waiting for you, and I hope we will enjoy it.
I will certainly hope so. Thank you so much, ladies, for chatting to us this morning. I do appreciate your time, and all the best.
Thank you. All the best.
Good stuff. That was Celine Dever and Whitney, who were talking to us about the Blooming Sounds from Joburg, which will be taking place later on today from 4 p.m. and at Constitution Hill.